guys, I'm the Coaster Keat, and welcome to the first dice tournament on this channel. Now, I told you recently that I have a bunch of new ideas for this channel. What I didn't tell you is a bunch of them are kind of weird, boring, or just bizarre. So this is one of them. This is the first of them. So today we are going to be having 22 sets of dice competing. Now, representative for those sets of dice will be their D20 20-sided counterparts, and we will move on to the full sets of dice for the very final round. But for now, these are going to be our competitors. Now, first, I'm just going to go over briefly how I made this fair, because, you know, in a competition between D20s, everything, and I mean everything, is about luck. So the first thing I did, lined all these puppies up in 4 rows of 5, gave them randomized numbers, which is the numbers they are all displaying right now, and then I used a referee black D20 in order to decide which numbers went with which. So I went ahead, rolled this black D20, went through every single set, made sure they all had partners, and that was how I decided the very first 20 sets, which are this first set of 10 and this other set of 10. The following 4 that are down here were then decided just purely by random chance, pretty much. I just kind of paired them up. But the rest of them are completely randomized. So, if you want to choose a number between 1 and 20 that you want to win, you will be competing for one of these guys. Or, if you want to root for one of the bottom ones, you can do that too. Just do whatever makes this interesting for you. I have no idea what's going to happen, so it's going to be interesting. But, first of all, before we get started, I just want to announce a few things. First, we're going to be playing on this beautiful dice box that I made. That's the kind of brown thing that you're seeing. I'm proud of it. And we're going to be rolling on it today, but because we're going to be rolling on it, I'm going to have to shift all the sets off. But before I do, let me introduce you to some of the competitors. So, first of all, today we have one representative for metal dice. That is going to be competitor number 19. Now, 19 is my only set of metal dice because it was given to me by my friend Hope. And so, we are going to see how 19 fares against all of the other sets of dice. Another few to look out for are going to be number 2, number 3, which just switched to a 19 there on me and confused me for a second, number 11, and number 18. Now, these dice were actually my original dice that I played with in D&D. Numbers 3 and 18 being 2 of my original dice, number 3 being my very first set of dice. So in this competition today, I am going to be very interested in seeing if any of these guys manages to win. But, of course, these are just my personal favorites to win. You can go ahead and have your favorites. Comment down below who your favorite to win is, because I am curious. And finally, we need to see one more favorite to win, and that is Luck's favorite to win. So, with that, number 17 is the black dice, the black referee's dice. Favorite to win, here is number 17 for you. Congrats, number 17, on being the ref's choice for a winner. Maybe that'll give you some luck going in the competition ahead. But for now, I'm going to go ahead, move these all off of the dice tray so that they don't all go spinning around and changing their numbers, and I will see you in a second. Alright, and with that, our competitors are all set up. Rules are simple. We are going to be rolling these 2 dice against each other. We are going to be rolling, and whichever one is higher is going to win that round. The objective is to win 3 rounds. However, if you roll a 20, you win 2 rounds compared to the normal 1, and if you roll a 1, you actually lose 2 rounds instead of the 1 that you would normally lose. So with those in effect, things can get a bit more interesting even when it looks like there's no hope to come back. So with that being said, our first 2 competitors are the gold and green dice, who is one of my originals, and the beautiful steel dice that we have here, numbers 2 and 19. So with that, let's get rolling. All right, first up, we're seeing a 13 from the beautiful green dice versus the 5 of the metal dice, which is going to give the green dice a leg up on the competition. Next, we see a 5 and a 5, so that's actually a tie for both of them, which is a re-roll. A 17 and a 3. Number 19 ties up with number 2. All right, here we go. And now we have a 7 and a 14. Number 2 pulling ahead again, showing that it is a superior die. It could be it for number 19, our beautiful metal die here. Oh, and with a 2, it is out of the running. Using its competitor's name as it goes out. What a sport. What a good sportsman. Number 2 going into the loser pile. Or number 19 going into the loser pile. I should say number 2 advances. Congrats to number 2. You will be seen in future rounds. Next up, we have number 3, the golden dice, my very first dice set, versus number 5, a beautiful red, black, and white dice set that I also am quite fond of. So let's see how this plays out. All right, we've got a 19 from the golden dice, a beautiful, almost flawless roll, and a 13 from the red, black, and white dice. Normally, that would be enough, but not today. So dice number 3 takes ahead. All right, next we have an 11 and a 13. Dice number 5 just showing some consistency where the golden dice just can't. All right, and we've got our first natural 20 from dice number 5, pulling ahead. Oh my gosh, this is an upset. I am so sad, but my beautiful golden dice just could not. It could reach a 19, it could not reach a 20, and this means that our beautiful number 3 golden dice is going down, and number 5 is progressing to the next round. Congrats to number 5. If I can find the 5 on this die, because I can't for some reason right now, but congrats to it for a job well done. Next, we have numbers 20 and 15. 20 is one of the ones that people want to win, I'm imagining, because it's a natural 20. And we have 15, a beautiful red and blue dice that wants to go up against it. Clearly the underdog, but we will see how it goes for it. All right, first off, red and blue dice, number 15, rolling a high 16, which beats natural 20's 8. So it is off to a good start. Oh, but the natural 20 coming right back at it, an 18 to an 8. It is all even, folks. And now we've got a 5 to a 16. The 15 dice hanging in there, actually beating out the 20. And that is it for the 20 die, folks. That is it. With just a consistent, high-rolling nature, the number 15 dice takes out number 20 dice. I am sorry, number 20 dice, but you just didn't do it again. So you are out of the running. And number 15 is going to go ahead and proceed to the next round. Next up, we have 13 versus 17. Now 13 is a beautiful purple and black dice, and 17 is, as we know, the referee's favorite to win, so this could be interesting, folks. All right, so let's see how they do. All right, first one, a tie. All right, we have to roll again for that. Next one, oh, a devastating hit. A devastating hit for the ref's die to win right there. A natural 1. A very bad move, especially on the round where the purple dice got a mere 7. And with that, 13 manages to get 2 points ahead. The purple and black dice is now 2 rounds to 17-0. It would take a massive upset for 17 to come back now. And with that, a 16 to a 2, a 16 to a 2, 17 crawling back up from the grave, but can it stay consistent? Oh, a 9 to a 6. This is close, folks. If this manages to go, I will be impressed. Oh, and a devastating blow, just devastating. Oh, with a 6 to a 16. Number 13 just taking it, slapping in the face and saying, ha, I can have a 6-2, but I'll add a 1 to it. And with that, the ref's favorite to win is also out of the mix, which means 13 gets to progress on to the next round. You know, about at this point, I don't know how I'm feeling. A lot of the favorites to win are already out of the running, and so if you need to change your favorite to win, now is probably a good time. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to numbers 10 and 8. Now, number 10 is actually one of my favorite dice. I'm not supposed to be biased, but it is. It's a beautiful rose gold dice, which I say because it's got pink with a little gold flecks in it and a little bit of black smoke to make it just a little bit edgy. And it's going versus number 8, which is a red and blue dice. I'm not sure how well it shows up because it actually has a little bit of a weird visual effect that makes it so that if you look at it some ways it's red, and if you look at it others it's blue. So this will be interesting. So here we go. First roll out of the gate. Got a 13 to a 9. Rose gold is pulling ahead. Dice number 10 pulling ahead. Second roll up. Number 8 pulls back a little bit with an 18 to a 3. Rose gold was just doing real poorly that round. All right, now we've got a 12 to a 15. Number 8 just continuing to pull ahead. That red and blue die just being super consistent, super high. This could be it for rose gold, and we've got a 7 and an 18. And with that, dice number 8 progressing. The only thing that seems consistent about the winners of this is that they are not who I would expect or want to win. So with that, we say goodbye to poor dice number 10, rose gold, who is out of the running. Next up are 2 of our non-numbered dice. They do have numbers. They rolled these numbers themselves, but they were not randomly numbered, so we're just going to be calling them the kind of wispy green dice and the sparkly red dice. So we are going to see who wins between them. All right, wispy green with a 10, sparkly red with a 17, showing off a little bit if you ask me. Next round, we got a 4 and a 16. Sparkly red is coming out real strong, real confident, feeling like it really can win this. And there we've got a 4 and a 12. Wispy green showing that it has something too. Don't get cocky, little sparkly red. Come on, you can't do this to me. And another one for sparkly red, which means wispy green. Our poor, humble wispy green is out, which means sparkly red advances to the next round. All right, next up we have our number 9 and number 18. For those of you keeping track, we are now halfway through the very first round, and things are interesting. We have lost many of our beloved competitors, but we are keeping going in the spirit of randomness. Number 9, a beautiful, sparkly red and blue dice versus number 18. Another one of my very first dice sets, has a very good spot in my heart. It's probably a bit hard to see, but 18 actually has a bit of like these other wispy colors in it. It is not just a black dice. It's actually a kind of beautiful dice, but it's very hard to see the detail here. That being said, this competition, we will see who comes out on top. So, with that, all right, good. Number 18. I shouldn't say good. I'm the ref. I'm supposed to be, neutral. But with that, 18 gets a win over 9 for the first round. All right, even though 9 was shouting out its name, that is not the thing you want to do. But with that, 9 sparked its own self up, and it got itself all the way to a 19. We will see if this strategy of keeping a 9 in the number is going to play out for 9, or if it'll end up making it lose. Next round, a 10 and a 15. Consistently, dice number 18 has been getting 15s for some reason. Not sure if it made a deal with that number or something. Oh, and a 19 from the sparkly blue and red, keeping that 9 in the number, and that is really working out for it. And this should be the final round. Who will win? Oh, and a natural 1. If you have to lose, you do it like that, folks. You just lose completely. And there it is, dice 18, finally, the first of my very first dice sets gets to actually progress. And I am sorry, sparkly red and blue dice, but you are dunked. All right, next up are 12 and 14. 12 is a very classy black and white with gold numbering dice. Just the type of dice that you would, take to a fancy restaurant or a hotel, and you would know that they wouldn't embarrass you there. Meanwhile, 14 is this kind of seafoam greeny type of color, very much a party dice type of feel, but also kind of like mellow. So we will see who wins here. All right, first roll, number 12 coming out with the 7, which is half, and I mean half of number 4's 15, so number 4 getting the first point there. Next round, we have a 16, and we had a drowning there. A 12 party dice is pulling ahead. It would take a lot for our beautiful and suave friend to win now. Oh, 13 to a 1! Oh, big move there. And with that, we have an even board. Anything could happen now. It is only a matter of chance. Oh, and another nat 1, but from the opposite thing. Oh man, our swab friend was just too polite, so polite. They saw their friend go down and they just didn't want him to feel bad, which means that 4 gets the win. 4 gets to progress with a 14 as its final number, shouting out its name and adding a 1 to it. That was a very interesting performance, you two. Swab dice, I am sorry, number 12, but you are out of here. Number 4, you are progressing. Next, we have number 1, and we have number 14. Both of these are beautiful sparkly dice, but one is kind of the anti-favorite to win, and the other is meh. So we will see what happens. Alright, so with that being said, let us go. Oh, even 4s, both of them sharing their traits, both being shiny and rolling 4s on this first round. Next round, we've got a 10 and an 11. These two are sticking side by side. That one right now is standing for 1 up because there it is, just 1 above its partner. Oh, and a natural 1 doing what it does best right there, but that gives 2 points to its opponent, number 14, which is not good news for it. And the final roll, a 9 and a 16, which means that 1, unfortunately, is out of the running. If it had just gone away from its natural tendencies, maybe it could have won, but it was just so inclined towards it, it just couldn't overcome it, which means 14, our beautiful sparkly blue dice, is going to be moving on to the next round. Next up, we've got a nice, lovely light pink and with a little bit of blue dice, which is going to be our number 4. If I can get it back on the number it's supposed to be, there we go. Versus another pink dice, number 7, which is a much darker pink dice. Now, some of you out there might be surprised that I have pink dice, and the answer is I really wanted to round out like my color scheme, so that's why I have them. But here they are, numbers 4 and 7, the pale pink versus the dark passionate pink. We will see who wins. Alright, a 6 and an 11, the dark pink is coming out right now, a little bit stronger. Next up, we had it go on the floor, just so eager to roll that it's going to roll on the floor. Alright, we've got a 9 and a 5, dark pink again, pulling ahead, number 7 there. And with another one, dark pink just swept that round. Number 7, the dark pink dice, is going to be moving on to the next round. And number 4, who didn't even win 1 round, is out of here. Next up, we've got number 11, and we've got number 16. Now, number 16 is a very classy red and black dice versus number 11, another one of my originals, a sparkly purple dice. So, will class win or will originality win? We will see today. All right, we've got 1 point for class as number 18 gets a point, or as number 16 gets a point there with an 18. Now we've got another purple, a point for purple. Number 11 gets a point. Going on. Oh, we've got a 2 and a 7. That means we've got class number 16 taking another point there. And 15 and an 18. Back and forth it goes. Purple is ahead. Now we are all tied up, folks. All tied up. 11 and 16. Oh, and that number 11 wins with a 12. doubling 16. It tried to go back to its roots. It tried to call out with the 6 and use that to win, but it just did not work out for it. I am sorry, 16, but you are out of here, and number 11 is going to be advancing to the next round. Next we have 8 and 5. These are not actually numbers. These are actually green and blue because these are also the ones that we didn't have numbers for. So we'll just be rolling them straight up against each other. All right, we've got a 17 and an 11. Blue immediately taking the lead. 19 and 17. Blue just continuing to roll really well, even though green was trying real hard to roll well there. And we've got an 18 and a 3. Green coming back a little bit. Blue consistently being above 10. Dropping out of the floor because it didn't win right there. Blue is a very bad sport, folks. 10 and a 16. Green is coming back. Blue is absolutely pissed at this point. We will see. Oh, and with that, blue has a hissy fit and green comes out and wins it all. So there you have it, folks. Here are the winners of the first round. Number 2, number 5, number 15, number 13, number 8, sparkly red dice. 4, number 18, number 7, number 14, number 11, and the green dice. If your dice made it into the second round, please comment below in victory. If your dice did not make it into the second round, go ahead and choose another dice for the rounds that will follow. This video has already been going on for quite some time, so if you want to see how this all ends, go ahead and let me know by liking the video or subscribing to the channel. If you didn't like this video, don't care how this is going to end, then I am sorry for you because I found this quite enjoyable and I'm probably going to do the next part anyway because I don't know what it is about rooting on dice. Like, there's nothing to this. I might just be a gambling addict, but if I'm going to gamble, it is best to do it without literally any stakes. So, with that being said, new episode of this will be coming out at some point, and we will see who ends up winning. Fortunately, I still have 2 of my original dice to vote for, if not that beautiful metal dice. Actually, I have 3 of them. I've got the green one, the dark one, and the purple one, all still in the running, so there's quite a few for me to root for. I hope there's quite a few for you to root for as well. But if you did enjoy this, like the video, subscribe, whatever. I already said that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a blast. I certainly did. And I hope that you all soar high and enjoy your ride of life. Bye!